All right, y'all, what's going on? There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house. So I'm gonna have to at least one point. Um, I will have to change my camera on this laptop. I mean on this desktop. All right, I'm gonna have to change it. Let me tell the people to come. Hey, what's going on, Brianna? All right. You're dealing with some wet. Hey, what's going on? I guess y'all ready. Let me cut off this projector. This is my new toy. I have a projector screen now. I have a projector, a mini projector that I'm gonna be using uh, to look at people's charts. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can get it to operate like I want it to. All right. So once you're in class, let me know. Say present. You know, we can treat this just like real school. So I can know if you're on, because all I see is the numbers. I don't see who you are. And I'd rather you actually be here. All right. See, it went from 12 down to 11. That means that somebody came in, look at it, who's in that group, and then disappeared. Don't worry, I'm watching. Today is actually the last day for those who have not submitted anything, have done not one work. It's too far gone for you to actually come back. We'd rather save that space for somebody who actually wants to learn and who's focused on learning more. You know, you give people the cheat sheet of life and they treat it like it's some sort of coaster where you put drinks on. You feel me? And I don't understand it. But to each his own, you know what I mean? To each his own. Well, I'm back home, guys. This is what I'm talking about. So I could be able to go live and to stream live. The only reason why I couldn't stream on my phone is because I don't have that much subscription. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers to actually do it from your phone. It's crazy, eh? But it is what it is. Okay, in class is Briona, Nadira, Shamikia, Jayla. Is that Sade? Shay? Shay, Corey, Kyla, Honey Willow. Oh, that's Bree. All right. Catch 22-ish. And then it's Divine Vibes. Oh, okay. Shanice. Oprah. Good to see you. Riona. Glad all you guys are here. Now that we have started, take a look what I could do from here. All right. Yeah, we back on YouTube. Everybody be able to. Yeah. I was singing. I was some WAP. That's the name. He dealing with some whatever. Crazy. All right, so let me shine this light on me instead of the back. I'm missing lighting. Right. Oh yeah, yes. That's way better. Way better. Way better. What's this? Take a look at this. Yeah. I think I got something in the mail. That's something to put on my wall, you see. Let y'all take a look as we look at it. See what the hell we did. Oh yeah. I got all the planets. I got all the planets. How y'all like my name? Astro. Oh, it's a little too big for it. All right, it's still fine. Astro Einstein. I'll put it on top there. I got my whole name. And I'll put it on the top. It's freaking cool. All right. So we're gonna start off with Venus, and we're gonna look at other charts or other people's charts. If there was an opportunity, a way of me sharing this, I should have gone on YouTube. I should have gone what's the name? Zoom. But we have this, so I'll have to draw out the natal charts of particular people. Okay. All right. I had to deal with a circumstance, one of my very close friends became very suicidal tonight. All right. And I had the opportunity to actually save them from doing anything crazy. You'd be surprised of only just a little bit of attention can change somebody's whole idea of life. Like they literally was about to kill themselves tonight. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. Like I said, saving lives one day at a time, right? Thank you very much. Rihanna, you know the feeling, right? Yeah, it's a crazy thing. Yeah, and I'm very good friend. I'm very good at astrology. Very good. You have no idea. Like one of the best I know, because she come up underneath me, but she took it to the point where she'll ask me questions even when the course was over. She took it to another level where she would like badger me to give her like more knowledge. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, you can relate too. Yeah, it's a rough time. People are going through some serious rough times. You know what I mean? Okay. So I'm gonna try to get me a better phone to use. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, I'll be right with y'all. Give me a second. I'm back. Thank you guys for your patience. Truly appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea. I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to be able to stream this without having to go through all that foolishness of having to draw so much charts. That's going to take a lot of time. And that we don't have. So glad I got myself a Note 10 Plus. One second. All right. So give me a second again. Let's see if I can get this to share. Oh, this can be trouble. All right. All right, so it's not like how I thought. Oh. This will happen when you don't be home for a long time. You forget how to do things. All right, good. Now we can work with this. Give me a second. We cut off the lights. Try to make it a little bigger. All right, this is not what I wanted. You guys to be able to see this. I try my best to make sure you can. All right, I think I need to bring it about here. Can everybody see that? Let me make it also very clear. Oh, snap. All right. Okay, that's way better. I can handle that. All right, let me just pull this back. Bring this back some more. Oh. .com. That's he's checking. Let's go into extended charts. All right. The page, I have to log in on my stuff. Okay, yeah, we accept. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you for your patience. We're gonna, if you can see that, let me cut this light off. It's too much light in here. Right. So let's look at the first chart we're here to look at is Queen Elizabeth. Excuse me, I don't know how to operate this phone. It's a new phone. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see this right, but I want you to take a look at her Venus. And this is not very clear. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying a new method of trying to give you guys some more information on how to look at a chart. And this is becoming a little bit more frustrating than I thought. Okay. Just when you thought something would work out well, it doesn't. So why is it on my TV? All right, guys. Apologize for that. All right, so now we're gonna operate off of me switching from one thing to the next, which is this. All right, so give me an opportunity to so there's a website that you can use to look at famous people's Venus. All right, it's called AstroTheme. ASTROTHEME. We're going to be using that right now. We're going to take a look at some famous persons' Venus. So we're going to scroll down. So on this website is very, very good. Every known celebrity, even from in the past, is literally on this website. Okay, so you can scroll down and it shows, personality, free this, free that, for so basically it gives you all that information about every single person. If you want to take a look at it, it shows you synastry charts as well. What we're going to look at is love, basic use of astrology, basic articles. Nope. Why is it not showing what I need? Okay, celebrity search. So name somebody who you guys would like to know about. A celebrity that you in your mind would like to know a little bit more about. Their Venus, their moon. Give me some suggestions, because I have some that I want to talk about. The website is AstroTheme. AstroTheme, okay? Now let's take a look at, so give me some suggestions that you guys want to look at. And we're gonna do a interactive delineating and understand who they are from their Mercury and Venus perspective. From their Moon, Mercury, and Venus perspective. Oh, Gabrielle Union. All right. All right, that was the first one came out. Gabrielle Union. Let's take a look at that. Gabrielle Union. Look like it came up first. Okay. So Gabrielle Union was born. She's older than you. She's older than I thought. Gabrielle Union was born in 1972, October 29th, 1972. Her time is unknown, so they don't have a rising sign for her. We're going to take a look at her supposed moon, sun, and Mercury sign. Okay. Give me somebody who has, so she doesn't have a time of birth. So give me somebody else. Gabrielle Union would have been a nice, I had a little crush on Gabrielle Union growing up. But, Dwayne Wade gone and freaked that right up. Okay, so Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge. Okay, Dorothy Dandridge. I don't know who the hell is Dorothy Dandridge. We're going to look for it right now. Dorothy Dandridge. I'm sorry, she isn't here. Her name don't even ping. Dorothy Dandridge. Okay, she's here. This is Dandridge. It's a black woman, right? It's a black woman, right? All right, I see her there. I see her there. She's there. All right, so let's take a look. I don't know who the hell she is. I wish I could tell you all about her personality. But say I know nothing about her. Nothing at all. So I'm trying my best to. I'm gonna make it make sense. Okay, we're gonna make it make sense. So Dorothy Dandridge was born 1922, and she is a Scorpio sun, moon in Cancer. Her time is unknown. They don't have no time for her. Oh, well, there is a time. Sorry. She was born 10:35 p.m. Her rising sign is Leo. So she has Venus in Sagittarius. And let's give a little description of who she is, biography. Dorothy Jean Dandridge, born November 9th, 1922. Oh, so she literally has, and died September 8th, 1965, was an American actress. She was the first African American to be nominated for the Academy Award in the Best Actress category of the third African American to receive a nomination in any category overall, after Haiti McDaniel and Ethel Waters. In the 1950s, Dandridge was the first African American female to appear at the Las Vegas Frontier and the Waldorf Astoria, as well as the first to be the front cover of the Life magazine career. The beginning is she sang in a church choir. Her mother, Rudy Dandridge, and an ambitious small-time local performer who would become a successful stage and screen actress, created an act with her daughters that performed as the Wonder Children, later renamed the Dandridge Sisters. Now, it goes into her brief natal chart and not necessarily who she is. So somebody please, what you know about Dorothy Dandridge, because she has a Venus in Sagittarius. Okay. Oh, this is who Marilyn Monroe literally started to act like. This is what she wanted to be like. She's there on Astro's name. You have to punch her name in. Once you punch it in, it's going to find it automatically. She was a Leo rising, Venus in Sagittarius. So let's draw this chart real quick. All right. Make sure this cross. This is the hard part. Skin these. All right, so her rising sign was Leo. Take a look at that. All right, this is a little too hard. You're gonna excuse me, I got that Venus and Virgo energy. It just has to be a certain way or I'm really not going with it. Can you guys still see me? Okay. All right. So she was a Leo rising, right? We're gonna draw lines a little bit more to be able to see. Whenever you're drawing a chart, this is how a chart naturally looks. If you're gonna have a protractor, it will literally make your job a little more easier. So on her rising sign, she had Leo. Okay. Remember, Leo is the main, so it's like after the sign of Leo is what sign? So we're gonna teach as we go, and we're gonna be very, very after the sign of Leo, what sign is next? Come on now. Thank you, Brianna. Virgo. After Virgo is what sign? Bring y'all a little closer so you can be able to see clearly. After Virgo is Libra, right? After Libra is Scorpio. After Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, then it's Capricorn, okay? Capricorn is the most hardest sign to draw. The most hardest sign to draw. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Unless you know how to draw a Capricorn, I still ain't draw it since. All right. So this is how my teacher taught me. He was like, just draw a 2 and put a circle to it. I said, no. He said, just draw a 7 and put a circle to it. And I was like, what? A circle to it? Yeah, it looked like a weird 6. So he said, put a circle to it like that. And I was like, it's easy like that? And he said, yeah, just like that. Easy, just like that. But it has to be a little bit more closer. So it's like a weird 6, a weird 7, the hardest sign to draw. If you're going to draw it, I'll draw it like this. Maybe keep the line like that. We'll go with that for now. All right. Alicia's a good one. After that is Aquarius. Like, forget all that. After that is Aquarius. Right? After Aquarius is Pisces. After Pisces is Aries. Aries, Taurus, which to me is the easiest thing to draw. After Taurus, Gemini. Gemini is Cancer. All right, so she has her Venus sitting on her in her 5th house, right here. Okay. So we're gonna delineate, we're gonna have a conversation on how you're gonna read her chart. She also has, let me look at the rest of her chart. She has Mercury in the sign of Scorpio. Okay. So she has Mercury right here in Scorpio. And she has her sun in Scorpio. We can include the sun because you guys already know your sun signs very well. And then we can include the moon. So her moon is in the south, Cancer. All right. So looking at her chart, we're going 1, 2, 3, just so you could, I could indicate, you could indicate where it is. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Let's draw so you can understand the houses. So we do a little circle inside here. We're gonna put the numbers in there. So this is the first house, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you're looking at that. Who can tell me about how her emotions is? I want you to give me a brief description of her emotions, and anybody can go since I could be able to see all of your comments. Corey, you said moody. All right, moody. Take into account the houses as well. I want you to incorporate the houses. All right, Beyonce said over emotional. Okay. Now, all right. Johnny says hidden. Okay. Hidden emotions. That's a good one. I like that. Moody and imaginative. Yes. Okay. Y'all really hitting on this moody part. Highly sensitive. Boom. Excellent. Highly sensitive. Yes. Hidden, private, secretive. Hides her emotions. Good answers. hides them. Yes, Corey, exactly. Sensitive. Excellent. That's you, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. She's very sensitive and could have hidden her spirituality from the public. Oh, that's a good stretch. Reach. I like that reach. That's okay. Now, we're going to incorporate, but continue. I want to hear more. You say worries a lot. Why did you get up the mind worry? The 12th house doesn't worry about shit. Doesn't worry. Worry comes from Gemini and Virgo. 3rd house, 6th house. Doesn't worry much. I wouldn't equate anything of worry when it comes to her, that nature, unless it has a connection with that, or it is the ruler of her 6th house. Okay, but it isn't. Easy to persuade, honey. That's a nice one. What made you to say that? I want to understand, why would you say that she is easy to persuade? Say, on this book, she worries. Oh. That's why you said that. Okay. Or on the book, say worries. Oh. You know, I wouldn't use the word worry. Worry is so 6th house and so Virgo. I'd like for you to use another word, which is escape. See, worry is when you focus on it. Escape is when she escapes from worries, escape from what's going on. And the 12th house is about escaping. Okay, well, the 12th house is about escaping. They try not to worry at all. They try to actually escape. So I wouldn't use the word worry. Motherly and unconditional love. Good, good, good. All of you guys are actually doing an excellent job with that. How about this? A lot of you guys have not really said the stuff that I taught you. How about the fact that the 12th house is the house of hidden enemies? So who do you think was her hidden enemy? Even though she had a string or navel tied to her, because Moon in Cancer is a good sign. All right, Moon in Cancer, it's comfortable in its sign. But who do you think secretly was exactly her mama, her mother? The 12th house normally represents the mother. I mean, Moon represents the mother. And the fact that she has Cancer in the 12th house, and the 12th house also rules past lives, karma, anything to do with that has to do with her mom. So her mom would have been secretly undoing, maybe not even with her knowing, all right? Maybe not even with her knowing what she's doing, all right? So her mom would have been seen as somebody who loves her, who she's very strongly connected to, but who did her end. And if you follow probably her life, it'll probably reflect that, even though she did try to do a good job of helping. So there's a flip and a bad side to Moon in the 12th house. It's the house of self-undoing, but it's also the house of spirituality. So her mom could have turned that into a spiritual connection. She could have turned that into helping her spiritually. So even though she was probably her secret enemy without her even knowing, that was a lesson that the two of them came together before they came in this lifetime for her to grow. For her to grow. Literally, that is an indication of a past life or a karmic tie that is connected to the mom, but also a contract. A contract between those two people. All right, the 12th house normally indicates stuff like that. All right. We want to say Morris Chestnut. We're not finished with this person yet. So we're going to look at that and we're going to connect the moon to the Venus. All right. Moon to the Venus. I don't want to look at Tamar now. She's like, you know what? To hell with all of this woman stuff. So we're going to connect the moon to Venus. Now, her Venus is in the sign of Sagittarius. Okay? We see that. And we see that it's in the 5th house. Now, what is the 5th house? What is the 5th house? What is the 5th house in charge of? Y'all going in your books, right? This is supposed to be stuff y'all know completely. All right. Yeah. So it's ruled by Leo. Yes. Pleasure, sex, cheering. Cheering, excitement, gambling, creative energy, relationships. Yeah, like romantic relationships that don't last. It isn't the lengthy relationships, it's the relationships for fun. The fun romantic relationships. The one that can grow into something long, but it's the fun part. Love affairs. When people say the word love affairs, I sort of on the fence with that. But we'll go with love affairs. When you think about affairs, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. But love, yeah. But yeah, love affairs, we're going to go with that. Right. So with her, you said with her being inside, that makes sense. You say, but are they in contact? What you mean is if they have an aspect to it. And we're going to take a look at that now. See, good. Now we're incorporating using aspects. All right, so her Venus is in the 9th degree. Okay, the 9th degree. So we're going to put the 9 and the 0. I'm not going to put the minutes. And her moon is 19 degrees. 9 degrees, 19 degrees. Okay, so we're going to check to see if they have an aspect towards each other. All right, let's take a look and see if they have an aspect. Right. Center of attention. All right. So we're going to look at to see if we have an aspect. So how many signs are they apart? We're not going to count this one. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 signs away. All right. Or we'll say, if you want to use 6, we're going to say 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to say, 5 signs away would be an inconjunct or a quincunx, which is a hard aspect. Okay? Which is a hard aspect. Now, 19 degrees and 9 degrees is a little too far from each other. Okay? So, how we do the aspects is, what we do is we take away the biggest from the biggest. We take away the lowest from the biggest. Okay, so the moon is, y'all don't make fun of my moon. Okay, it's 19 degrees. Okay, and Venus is 9 degrees. What you do is you take away 9 from that, and you got 10 degrees, which is a little too wide for Venus to be in a aspect. Because remember now, all the planets except for the sun and the moon needs an orb or difference of 8 degrees. You got that? Every planet except for the sun and the moon use an orb of 8 degrees. Anything above that, it is not an aspect. It is not a major aspect. All right? So that means that her Venus and her moon does not have a relationship. They may be in conjunct by sign, but not necessarily by aspect. So we realize that our Venus and moon doesn't have an aspect, have a relationship. All right? So that means what she needs to feel emotionally secure isn't necessarily the needs of her relationship desires. Okay? And that's because Venus does not have an aspect with her moon. And some of you guys charts, you're going to take a look and you can see that some of y'all moons ain't even connected to your Venus. Some of your moons ain't even connected to your Venus. You're like, there's something what I need emotionally, and it just doesn't sit well with what I need relationship-wise. Okay? All right. Rayon, you going hard. You say Aaliyah Keys. Don't worry, we're gonna get to those people. So that means that with our Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, she would come off as being very free-spirited and not necessarily liking to be tied down. Now, I can speak for this. I have Venus in this sign in the same house. I have the exact same position as this lady, which is Venus in Sagittarius in the 5th house. So I could probably speak from her aspect, but I want you guys to speak from your aspect. How do you think she treats relationships? Tell me and give me a little bit of how you think she treats her relationships based upon the fact that her Venus is sitting in her 5th house. Now, we talked about Leo, the energy of Leo, and the energy of 5th house 2 days ago. So give me some energies that's connected to what our Venus is Sagittarius, meaning the free, in the 5th house. All right? Of course, it doesn't like to be tied down. Easy come, easy go. Boom! I like it. You guys are learning. Easy come, easy go. There you go. What else? Riona said foreign lover and travels. Good answer. That's connected to the Sagittarius energy of it. All right. Promiscuous. Where you get that from? Who told you that? All of y'all is promiscuous. Promiscuous doesn't necessarily have to do with Venus in the placement. Promiscuous has to do with an aspect connected to either Uranus or Neptune. All right. Okay, let's just look at doesn't want kids. Why would you say doesn't want kids? Venus in the 5th house loves children. Because the 5th house rules children. All right? Say non-committed. But that's different because the 5th house likes loyalty. So you got to give me a more combined energy of the 5th house and the sign of Sagittarius. Right. So 5th house is about children. What you guys are doing is you just giving me the energy of Sagittarius. I need a combination of Sagittarius and the 5th house. Nice. Talks about religion and philosophy turns on. Jaylee, you've been taking note of that, the sensual part of Venus yesterday for sure. Doesn't want long-term relationships. But Venus and Leo, oh, I don't know if that's correct. You got to give me a better one than that. That's not entirely true. All right. So let me give you a hint of the combination. Let me write some sentences down for you. All right. So this lady would have been somebody who needs loyalty, because loyalty is connected to the 5th house and also to the sign of Leo. Needs loyalty and freedom. In relationships. Needs loyalty, but also freedom in relationships. That is an energy of Venus in Sagittarius. Give me some other sentences. Now you see how you combine energies of the 5th house, energy of Venus, and the sign of Sagittarius. You got to make sentences, and you cannot leave out the sign, you cannot leave out the planet, and you cannot leave out the house. You have to use all 3 of them to make a sentence, not just one. You can't look at somebody's chart because they could be like, yeah, but that's not true entirely. You cannot say they promiscuous. You are promiscuous. Suppose they have an aspect of Saturn where they would take their relationships a little bit more serious. Then you'd be offending somebody and say, boy, you promiscuous. And they'd be like, but no, what is promiscuous? So there has to be a sort of fine line on what you say. Now, take in mind, you have to be very much inclusive of all 3 of the positions: the sign, the planet, and the house. All right? Enjoy teaching children about I love it. I love it. You see how you incorporated all 3 of them? Awesome. They enjoy teaching children about different cultures. Awesome. That was a good sentence. I like that. I'll put that down here. See, these are the things that you will have to be doing when you're doing people's charts. It's forming sentences using keywords, point blank. All right? That was an amazing. Oprah said, demanding of loyalty. Yeah, yes, also, but you're missing some actions in that. Adventurous and likes exciting experiences. You gotta, all right, that's good. How you incorporating the Venus? Exciting experiences. You could use sensual experiences. A lot of you guys didn't even talk about the money part or the assets part. Because remember now, Venus is about assets. Venus is about assets. That's an awesome one. Adventurous and likes exciting experience. But that's a Sagittarian connection that only speaks about the Venus in Sagittarius. And it's still good. But you got to incorporate the sign. It's not only just the sign, but the house as well. Always. There is no skipping the house. The house is where all of the action takes place. You need the house. The house you cannot skip out. Okay? So we're gonna move from that. Like I said, y'all get some good answers. Now we're gonna focus on the Mercury. And her Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio. What was that you said? Kyla, enjoy spending money on travel, but needs to be practical when it comes to saving. So you see what you did there, which is pretty awesome, is you spoke about what they did or what they do naturally, and then you gave a solution. That's also an amazing thing that an astrologer has to do. Not only do we say about the problem, but you also have to give solutions as you speak about it. All right? Which is a good thing. That's awesome. So let's focus on the Mercury. And her Mercury is in the 1, 2, 3, 4th house in the sign of Scorpio. In the sign of Scorpio. And what would you say about people who have Mercury in the sign of Scorpio? Come on, not all at one time. Mercury in the sign of Scorpio. How does this person communicate? Nurturing, intuitive. Okay. Communicates intensely. I like that. Deep thoughts, snout, spiritual. What? Oh, deep thoughts about spiritual. All right. They dive deep into things. All right. They only talk with people they trust. And right. That's a nice connection. I like that. They are very secretive about their family matters. Yes. They tend to dream of death and premonition. Only if that is sitting in the 9th house or the 12th house. Not necessarily connected with having dreams of death. I have Mercury in the 4th house like she does. So they may have thoughts of life beyond death. Good. That's a good suggestion, because the 4th house, which I didn't tell you guys, but I will reiterate. I think I mentioned it before. The 4th house indicates the ending of your life. It represents the ending of your life, and not necessarily your death, but the ending years of your life. How your life would look like when you get into your settled age, or before you die, whether it be when you're 25, 30, 40. The 4th house indicates the ending part of your life. How did this woman die? Can somebody tell me how she died? How did she die? She died of what? An overdose? What did she die of? I don't know, because I don't know the woman. All right. Passionate, hidden about affairs, communicates passionately. They get straight to the point, doesn't beat around the bush when communicating. Boom. Nadira, that's exactly it, Miss Williamson. She is secretive when it comes to her mom. That as well, because the 4th house rules the mom. We could use that. Or she died of drugs. I guess that's where the moon in the 12th house of addictions comes into play. Oh, it was considered a mysterious death. Interesting. But it says drugs, but didn't know. Okay, all right. Overdose. Oh. Yes. Oprah, thank you very much. So mystery is ruled by Scorpio. Mystery is ruled by the sign of Scorpio. So she died at home in the front of her mom. You say you looked it up and it says she had an embolism. That's one speculation, I'm sure. I'm sure they have other speculations. Mystery death is Scorpio. Yes, Oprah, that is sort of correct. All right, so we understand that Mercury, and let's take a look at the degree that it's in. And we could see if she has a connection to her Mercury and her moon. So her Mercury is 1 degree. 1 degree in Scorpio, and we already know this is 19 degrees in Cancer. Okay? So in order to find out if that is because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 signs away, that would be a trine, 4 signs away. You don't count the sign that's in the planet, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 signs away. So it would be a trine by sign, right? But to take a look at it, if it's a trine by aspect, we take away 19. We take away 1 from 19, and we get 18 degrees, which means that that's a little too wide for that to be or have an aspect. Okay. All right. It's a little too wide to be an aspect by degree, but it has an aspect by sign. You should never outlook the fact that the sign itself, Scorpio and Cancer, are of the same element. They're on the same element, which is water. So even though it doesn't have an aspect, it has a mutual energy, which is water. So what it means is that she could have expressed herself on a subconscious level that is intertwined with her heart, her emotions. So she could have communicated, which is Mercury. Communication with her, or she could communicate with her how she feels. So she can express how she feels naturally and easily. Okay? Y'all get that? So even though her relationships were not necessarily as satisfying as she'd like for them to be from an emotional security perspective, she at least could have spoke freely about it. Now, the fact that her mind or her subconscious mind, and we got to take a look at other stuff. Other planets will probably have aspects of that. We're not focused on that. We focus on just the moon, the Mercury, and the Venus. I can't jump ahead because I got a whole treat for y'all. Now that I'm back home, you were able to take your exams. Bittersweet. Bittersweet. I hope you guys been studying every single thing that I have taught you. Because I rule with an iron fist when it comes to tests. This means that you wouldn't have been studying. And it's an open book. So I give you a certain amount of time. Let's take a look at one more chart. One more chart. Let's take a look at, I think somebody said, yeah, open book. Somebody mentioned, what's the guy? Morris Chestnut? Chestnut roasting on an open fire. Let's take a look at Morris. he's right here. Check it out. Morris Chestnut is that old? Shit, I old. Damn. There is no time of date for him. He was born 1969. There's no time of date for him. Give me somebody else. Sorry about the yarn. It's been a long day for me, guys. Morris Chestnut does not have a time of birth, and I am not into Idris Elba. Idris Elba. All right. Idris Elba. Let me look at his own. Let's see if we have his time of birth. Time of birth unknown. Y'all giving me these old. Listen, okay. Give me somebody who. Y'all giving me these. It's not fair. Give me somebody who we could actually follow. We're gonna look at Alicia Keys. I saw that earlier. I'm gonna look at Alicia Keys on. Well, you giving me all these people who don't know the time of birth, man. All right, let's hope and pray that she has a time of birth. I think I looked at a chart one time before. She does have a time of birth. All right. Alicia Keys. You'd be surprised to know. And now, I know you already Google it. Her Venus. Go on. Google it. Her Venus. Go on. All right, we got Alicia Keys. All right. Alicia Keys. Now, we're gonna have to draw these things again, but we're gonna draw them in a different, let's take a look at Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is a Sagittarius rising. She is a Sag rising. All right, Sag rising. And then after that is Capricorn. After that is Aquarius. And then Pisces. And then Aries. Then Taurus. Then Gemini. And then you have Cancer. After that, Leo. Virgo. After that, Libra. And then Scorpio. Now, Alicia Keys has Venus in the sign of Capricorn. She has her moon in the sign of Libra. And she has her Mercury in Aquarius. You say you don't see her time? I'm gonna tell you her time. Her time of birth is 3:30 a.m. She was born 3:30 a.m. in the morning. All right. So when you look at her Venus in Capricorn in the second house, form me a sentence that has all three of those parts, please. Give me some sentences about the Venus in Capricorn in the second house. Let me see how creative you could get. Let me see you using your intuition. And let me see you getting very, very creative with the Venus sign. Listen, all y'all ain't got to go on Google and come back to me, Y'all going to Google, I mean, it's only going to be a temporary fix. Good answer. Good answer. She enjoys making money via business acquisitions. Can cheat if she doesn't feel secure in relationships, but will stay in it even if it's not happy. You going off of knowing what you know about her. Hey, Corey. That's what you're going about. You're going about what you already know about her. And that's still fine, But I want you to go astrologically for me. In love, she attracts a partner who has status and also financially secure. That sounds about right. They prefer an older person that can provide financial security and enjoys having a steady income. Boom. Kyla, that's a very good sentence. Awesome. Love antique assets. Yes. Yes, because but I listen. I'm gonna go with I will trust my intuition in saying that you guys are using the best Google sites that you can use right now, and that's fine, no problem. Once you keep reiterating it, it becomes a part of who you are. So no problem. I said that's what I said though. Yeah. Oh, that's what you said though. Yes. Well, I don't know about the part about the cheating part. I don't know how you get cheating when it comes to Venus in Taurus or Venus in Capricorn, because that's a very stable sign and that's a very stable house. He's very comfortable in that house. So that's why I said you got off on the fact that she said that. No, Corey. Venus in Capricorn is not naturally a cheater. Venus and the second house is not naturally a cheater. Okay, no problem. Listen, I believe you. And I think the fact that it's not Google, and that's definitely great. Yeah, but notes in the second house, I never said that the second house was, they could cheat. And that was never said, especially with the second house or in the sign of Capricorn. Nice answer. She is materialistic and also traditional in relation. Great answer. All right. She got long money. I like that one. She got long money. That's a good answer. I like that. And it sounds very much like it comes from you. And I think that's awesome. Yes, the second house is about values. Yes. Not going to open up to just anyone, but definitely want someone who will make money like her and isn't a random nobody. Great answer. Awesome. That sounds very personable. All right. Oh, you say Capricorn? No, Capricorn, Venus and Capricorn isn't a cheater. I never said that. I think you wrote that down, but Venus and Capricorn, I never said that they cheat. Okay. Then you have Shadi says, She loves stability and attracts money easily. And she may spend a lot of her money on things that stimulate her senses. Are you speaking from experience, Mistress Venus in Capricorn? I think you have Venus in Capricorn, right? And Sagittarius rising. Go ahead, tell them about it. That's right. Likes nice perfumes, good food. Boom. Great answer. Awesome. Keeping the boundaries of the energies of the second house, Venus and Capricorn. All right. So those are some good answers. All right. So let's take a look at her moon. And her moon is in the 11th house in the sign of Libra. Could the placement speak on her taking care of the elderly? Yeah, of course. If it is in the parameter of the planet, the sign, and the house, listen, if it's 100 words, all right, 100 words, and 100 words is for Venus, and there's 100 words that's connected to the second house, and there's 100 words that's connected to the sign of Capricorn, you could take one of those words out of all of those 100 and make all kinds of sentences, and it will be related to that particular person. That's the magic of astrology. You could take one sign could be connected to a whole lot of words, a whole lot of things. And you could take the planet that's connected to a lot of stuff too, more than the things that we actually say, and you can form sentences. Form sentences with the sign, the planet, and the house. And every single one, if you take one from the sign, one from the planet, one from the house, and make a sentence, and all of that will be applicable to that person. That is the magic of it. And then you get to have the person saying to yourself, "Ooh, wow, how'd you know that? How? Whoa, this is some crazy shit. How you know that?" I know because half of you in this class have experienced that when I did your reading. And I did the exact same thing. All I did was one word, one word, one word. Okay. What is it? Her mother is her best friend. If there wasn't Alicia Keys, would she be like a sugar baby? That's what Corey's talking about. The sugar baby part. Also, she could turn sensuality. And remember now, the second house rules the throat, which inevitably rules singing. Right? So the second house rules the throat. It also rules singing, because what comes out of the throat, the mouth, words, singing. What does Venus rule? Beauty. What does Capricorn rule? Business. All right? So you can say, based upon her Venus, and if it's not afflicted with any other planets, that she can sing very beautifully and make money from it through establishing it as a business. All right? Let's just say, all right, so based upon the moon being in the 11th house, her mother is her best friend. Right, so now there is a little catch-20 to it. Even though her mother could be her best friend, it's in the sign of Libra, which rules open enemies. So there's a fine line that actually her and her mom, and because the moon is a little strong in the sign in that house, she could be her best friend, but it won't be as a best friend, chummy. All right, it'll be downplayed by the fact that the moon is sitting in the sign that rules open enemies. All right. the mom as a very imaginative and beautiful person, she also may feel that her mother does a lot for others and too little. Ah, that's it. Jayla, gorgeous. That was awesome. That was excellent. Jayla, gorgeous. That was awesome. That was excellent. I like that. If you guys want to add on to that, that's fine. That's excellent. Let's take a look at the Mercury. Now, her Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius. Okay? Her Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius. Now, give some words formulated by her Aquarius, Mercury, and the third house. And the third house. Aquarius, Mercury, and the third house. So, if you wanted to answer your question, the answer would be yes. If she wasn't making money, she'd have a sugar baby, a sugar daddy. Ooh. So Mercury and the sign of Aquarius. Not all at one time. But give me some words with Mercury and Aquarius sitting in the third house. Would you say the Queen Empress? Is that a conflict? You mean with Mercury in Aquarius? She had very individualistic thinking. Awesome. She expressed herself in a unique way. Excellent. She has high intellect when communicating. Boom. She makes her decisions based off her ethics and not her emotions. Excellent. Keep going there. Now, when looking at dignities, when Mercury is in Aquarius, is it in its dignity? Is it in detriment, fall, or is it exalted in the sign of Aquarius? Okay, let me check this out. She mixes in base. She communicates that does her own thing and doesn't care what other people think about. Boom. This is truth. It seems like Mercury should be neutral, but Aquarius energy has to relate. Yes. So Mercury is no, it's not in detriment. What is Mercury in the sign of Aquarius? You guys, now I know that you guys are going to Lord Google now, because y'all taking a long time to even type one word. We're gonna type all kind of sentences earlier. It's okay. Mercury is in exaltation, is exalted in the sign of Aquarius. It's exalted in the sign of Aquarius. And it's in its own dignity or its own sign and its own house in the third house, which means that Alicia Keys is low-key a genius. She's low-key a genius. Do you know how much instruments that Alicia Keys play? Do you have any idea? She plays a lot of different instruments. She doesn't play just the keyboard or the piano. She plays a lot of different instruments. This gives her the ability to sing and play the piano at the same time because of her high IQ and ability to detach thoughts. All right? So this is why she's a very smart woman based upon the fact that she has Mercury in the house that it naturally rules and in a sign that it's exalted in. It gives high intellect. So anytime you see somebody who has Mercury in the third house in the sign of Aquarius, this is somebody who has a high intellect. Okay? Yes, Mercury rules Gemini. And Mercury naturally rules the third house. Gemini naturally rules the third house. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the relations between these planets. All right, let's take a look at the relationship between these planets, also known as aspects. So her moon is 4 degrees in Libra. Her Venus is 17 degrees. In Capricorn, and her Mercury is 21 degrees. Now let's first take a look at her moon and her Venus. Her moon and her Venus. All right? Take a look at her moon and her Venus. So her moon is in the sign of Libra. Let's take a look at how many signs or houses it's down. 1, 2, 3. So that's 30, 60, 90 degrees by sign. That means that Libra is square to Capricorn. By sign, it is square to Capricorn. Okay? So by sign, it has moon in a air sign and Venus in a earth sign. Before we go into the businesses, let's look into what relationships the two planets have. By sign, by air and earth, they don't really go well together. Air and earth doesn't go well together. It creates a sandstorm. Right? It creates a sandstorm. Air and earth creates a sandstorm. You can't really see in it. All right, we're going to use these analogies so you can understand it. So, doesn't really correlate. Okay? Now, we already know that they are square to each other by sign, right? So they square by sign. Because remember now, squares are 90 degrees in proximity, or 3 signs away. So I don't want to confuse you, but this is how it looks. If the moon is here, you start with the next house. 1, 2, 3. So that is about 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is take a look at the degrees that it's in. And we're going to use the maths to see if it's actually square by the degree, which would make it even more stronger. All right. So the moon is 4 degrees. Venus is 17 degrees. So let's use the moon. Let's use the Venus. It's 17 minus the moon, which is 4 degrees. You take away 17, 4 from 17 leaves 13. That means that it is not square by degree, but it is square by sign, which still gives a sort of an uncomfortable relationship between the motions and the things it loves. So this would mean that Alicia Keys does not feel comfortable about the things that she can love. all right, or like relationship wise, she doesn't necessarily feel secure in her relationships because the emotions that is ruled by relationships, right? Or I mean, emotions that's ruled by the moon is not really comfortable by sign. It's square, which is a hard aspect to each other. Hard aspects. Remember now, for you guys who were just joining in maybe 2-3 days or last week, we covered aspects a few weeks earlier. All right? They got it like that. They got it like that. If you get the opportunity, you can watch the video. It's there. It's right here on YouTube. I have other videos on the same channel that you can actually go to and take a look at the aspects. All right? So she's not really comfortable emotionally with how a relationship goes. Right? Not only that, when it comes to, and that's a good answer, money issues with friends and women. Boom. I love it. Mommy is her friend. Yeah, they said that earlier. Yes. So we don't know that she doesn't necessarily, her relationship doesn't necessarily full of emotions. So let's take a look at her emotions when it comes to her, the way she communicates, the way her thought process and her emotions. Right? So let me rub this off. Now, if you take a look, you'd see that her moon is literally in an air sign, right? And so is her Mercury. So her moon is in an air sign, right? And her Mercury is in an air sign. So that means that she can be able to express herself and feel secure what she feels. So she could speak with feelings. This is why when she sings or communicates in that way, you can feel as if you could feel what she's saying. All right? And that is why, because of that. Now we're going to add a little energy into it. And we're going to say, and we're going to incorporate the friends and associates and network, the internet, because all of that is ruled by the 11th house. Okay. Good answer, Rihanna. Needs intelligent conversation with friends. I like that. I like that. What we didn't say is that with Moon in Libra, she feels secure in relationships. Moon in Libra is somebody who feels secure in relationships. Moon in the 11th house is somebody who mothers and nurtures their friends. All right? Mothers and nurtures their friends. This is somebody who feels a connection with their friends. When you have all that energy, all of that words, you'll get that. And you can say she communicates in a mothering way to her friends and associates. Or you can say she speaks through the internet or communicates through the internet in a very nurturing and mothering way. All right? Does it make sense? Now you can get the I'll give you guys the break for this weekend. This weekend you get the study. I want you to watch all of the videos. This class is ending today. Since we had a more interactive communication. You got to study this week because your exam, not the final exam, your exam on what you've already learned this far is going to be on Tuesday. So you got a whole week to study. All right. You're going to need questions of what you learned today. Like I said before, there's no stupid question. There's no silly question. All right. The only silliness is when you think that you keeping quiet, it's going to get you or make you look as if you're smart. That doesn't work. Or as if you got it. Oh, last night homework was connecting the Mercury, the Venus, and the Moon of the 10 people who we've used. That's no problem, Fiona. I also have videos on the same YouTube channel that you can watch. And the title's there if you feel the need to go towards it. It is right here for you to look through. All right, guys. So any other questions that you have? This live will be I will send this into the Facebook group, and also I'll pin this to the page as well. All right. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up to class tonight. Okay. When you said she wasn't secure in relationships because Venus also rules art, does that mean she could also feel uncomfortable with music she puts out afterwards? Yes. This could also mean that she don't feel secure about it, even though she's singing. Even though she makes bank. Yes. Yes. Venus in the sign of Capricorn does not like rejection. I mean, nobody does. But Venus in Capricorn, even more so, is very pessimistic with this. So she's much more hard on herself than anybody would ever understand, based upon the fact that she has Venus in Capricorn. That was a good question, Fiona. Any more questions? Now, I want you guys to pay attention tomorrow. I am going to make a live on my Facebook about the significance astrologically about 2021, the 21st of December, 2020. All right. I'm going to give you the astrological understanding of all the contacts, of all the aspects, and why it's important to do what I said about the collective of us coming together and visualizing and meditating in a guided way. I'm going to explain that tomorrow. As of now, I got to catch me some Z's, guys. I've been really, really tired. I've been traveling from morning. I've been up from early. I'd like to thank you all for showing up again tonight, for the amazing questions, and your participation I am very grateful for it. I know you guys will say, but be grateful for you. No, I'm grateful for you guys, because you're going to pass on your knowledge to your kids and your cousins and your aunties and your uncles and everybody else. And they're gonna this knowledge, it's gonna spread like wildfire. All right. And I appreciate the fact that you guys take your time out to learn. And it even humbles me that you're doing it for me, So I thank you guys. All right. And look forward to y'all on Tuesday when you be getting your exam. All right, guys, good night. We'll talk inside the group. All right.